So I ran across a story that helps square the circle a little bit on the ongoing feud between the previous jailer of Meade County, Kentucky, and the current jailer of Meade County, Kentucky. It sort of came out when the current jailer of Meade County, Kentucky, was brought forward on ethics charges and was subsequently found in violation of ethical standards, whatever. So what happened was, what they were saying was that the old jailer was just jealous and butthurt because he lost the election, right? So apparently, in fact, JJ's statement was after the election was that example of political sour grapes. Sad and pathetic. He spent the last 10 years is the entire time. When this was quote, was at the end of the ethics commission, this 10 years was the entire time that JJ had been jailer, 10 years. So apparently this thing's been going on for 10 years, back to when he was first elected. So according to JJ Scarborough, it's political sour grapes. Dude just trying to create drama and find to comfort for his hurt feelings. And more information on the matter will soon be available to the public. Well, it was. More information was soon provided and it was available to the public. The information was that he was found in violation. So, so then the question is, what was the motivation of the old jailer? Apparently, he was just butthurt, right? Because he lost the election. So as soon as the election was over, he just went after JJ, and he stayed on for 10 years trying to drum up some drama to get JJ in trouble because he lost the election. Well, that narrative goes away now, okay? Because there's more to the story here. So I ran across this story in the Meade County Messenger. This was the September the 14th, volume 135-37. There's a link to this in the description. And when it first comes up, there'll be a button here that says download PDF. When you first see it, it only shows the first page. But if you do download PDF, then it'll open and it'll show the entire document. It's like 26 pages. So the interesting thing was, this was 2 years after JJ took office, right? Still, the former jailer and his staff vindicated. Allegations unfounded. So the way the story is written, it jumps around the time. So I want to just say, okay, so in January 2015, the new jailer was elected, or he came into office. For 2 years, JJ Scarborough made accusations to the Kentucky State Police that there was missing money at the jail. All right. So after nearly 2 years of investigation, 2 years now. So this 17, this was since JJ first took office. Like as soon as he walks in the door, he starts an investigation against that goes on for 2 years with the Kentucky State Police. After 2 years, the allegations were deemed unfounded, right? Well, what prompted this? What prompted this investigation? It was prompted by what? Audit. An audit. right? And this is where they make a mistake here in the reporting. The audit in question, in which it was alleged that monies were missing from Steele's administration, was requested by Meade County Jailer J.J. Scarborough after Steele lost his reelection campaign. This is false. The audit in question was alleged that monies were missing from Steele's administration. There was no such audit. There's a link to the audit in the description. You look at the audit and see if you can see anywhere in the audit where it alleges that any monies are missing. Right? There's no allegation that any monies are missing. I'm not going to pull it up and go through it because it'll be boring to a lot of people, but there is none. So if there was evidence that there was monies missing in the audit, I don't necessarily think it. Okay, I'm not going to think. Okay. The audit findings were presented to the Meade County Judge Executive. It was Scarborough who requested that the Kentucky State Police investigate further. Scarborough advised Detective Carlos, whatever, that the record keeping of the prior jailer was not adequate. Okay? The record keeping of the prior jailer was not adequate, and there was potentially theft involved. Well, you know, look at all the audits since then. You know, what's new, right? Okay, so Scarborough told the detective that he had provided the auditor's office with several documents during this investigation to help it along. Now, this, based on what we've seen, make sure I don't make an opinion here. JJ providing documents to help the investigation along. That doesn't sound like a new thing. However, 2 years later, the detective's notes, he wrote, "I have attempted to obtain access to the records Jailer Scarborough provided to them. I've been advised that there's very little documentation. This does not correspond to the statement received from Jailer Scarborough." Jailer Scarborough, according to this detective, made statements in order to prompt an investigation, and they were not accurate. The detective advised a large number of documents were taken from JJ advised that a large number of documents were taken by the auditor's investigators. Okay. Despite gathering information during electronic forensic examinations and meticulous poring over books and past records for 2 years, they did. The Kentucky State Police did. Forensic examinations, poring over books, past records. There was no evidence of any misappropriation of funds from the detention center during Steele's administration. Did they go back through the whole administration? Maybe. It says during his whole administration. So not only did they do the previous year, maybe they did the entire 12 years, poured through forensic. Okay. Leaving the detective to close the case with the result of unfounded allegations. Okay. In response to the outcome, Steele stated, "The bottom line is that false allegations were made against me," sounds like it, "and my administration. These allegations were fully investigated and declared to be unfounded, meaning without a basis in reason or fact, groundless and untrue. Those who intentionally and knowingly made false and misleading claims about me and my administration should be ashamed. For 12 years, I have blah, blah, blah." Okay. Okay, so now come the, what is it, mea culpas, right? So the Meade County Messenger regrets printing information during a preliminary investigation without recorded interviews or official documentation from authorities in charge of that investigation. So they printed information during the investigation, right, that wasn't from official documentation or authorities who were in charge. So who did they get this information from? Who's feeding this information? And why are they printing it? Well, they're sorry about that. They regret doing that. The Messenger is now able to report these findings after receiving official documents concerning the investigation. These documents were delivered to the Messenger, proving his administration, as well as himself, innocent of these allegations. Well, I mean, you know, I don't know what, okay. So, no opinions here. So this guy went through the meat grinder, being investigated by the Kentucky State Police forensic auditors, poring over books, apparently for his entire term, 12 years at the jail. They came up with zero evidence. The evidence that was claimed to back the accusation was not there. It was. So now my question is this. If someone did that to you, right, and then you saw them doing something that you thought was wrong, or maybe that you were convinced they were wrong, and you actually had a basis for it, and you sought to hold that person accountable for their issues, does that make it sour grapes that you're just butthurt because you lost the election, which is the story that's out there? This story changes that narrative completely, right? To my estimation. So, you know, there's always more to the story, right?